This isn't traditional, but today I'm... Okay. Hear me out. A tier. You know why? Because freaking Darth Maul, because freaking start of the whole prequel trilogy, freaking just Qui-Gon is way more epic than people give him credit for. Like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, I even own Qui-Gon's lightsaber. Like, dude, this guy is underrated, and he needs more attention. He is awesome. It is underrated. Okay, then, Attack of the Clones. You know what? Attack of the Clones goes in the exact same spot. You know why? Because it's awesome. My one complaint. Okay, one thing I don't like about Attack of the Clones is that they killed off Jango. I think it would have been so cool if Jango stayed alive, and they put him in the Clone Wars. Dude, that would be incredible. That would be incredible. I'm not even going to say anything with this one. I don't need to explain myself. Okay, and in the same vein, I don't need to explain myself. And in the same vein, I don't need to explain myself with this one. Oh, wait. Hold up. Just do a little bit of that. A little bit of this. And give it a little bit of... There we go. And then I'll take this. There. Okay. Bad Batch. The first season, like the first episode of the whole show was incredible. And then the rest just felt like just straight up filler content. It's very mediocre. I gotta put it in C tier. I'm moving on. Okay, Tales of the Jedi. Dude, it was so short. It was so unbelievably short, but it was incredible. However, because it was so short, I want to put it in S because it's really cool. Just give us more backstory and everything, but it was just too short. I gotta leave it in A. I was gonna put it in S, but I think A is justifiable. Okay, we gotta move on to the classics. A New Hope. That's a great film. B tier. It just feels like a traditional space movie, like a traditional sci-fi movie, which that's what they're going for because originally that was the only one that was going to be made. I don't know, it lacked in Vader, it lacked in the real, threat of the Empire, and sometimes it just felt weak, but, it was a first attempt. Oh look, another film that I don't need to say anything about, but I'm going to anyway. It's an S tier, obviously. One of the best sequels ever made. The I Am Your Father scene is so iconic. I don't think there's been a more iconic scene. Alright, Return of the Jedi. Also, a phenomenal movie. But, I gotta put it in A. It's the sequel to one of the greatest films ever made. You just can't top that. Is it a work of art? Absolutely. But, Empire still tops it. Anyone who has a different opinion than this is wrong. Okay, I can admit, at the beginning, it can be a little slow, and some of the characters like Ezra might be a little annoying, but come on. Kanan's death scene where he temporarily regains his vision and everything, that was the most emotional I've ever gotten while watching a piece of Star Wars content. I love this character, I love all the characters, and to see this scene in general was just heartbreaking and just words don't do it justice. This show is so much more than just some little kid's cartoon. It is so good. I don't care. Alright, The Mandalorian. So The Mandalorian, first season, was really, really good. Every day an episode released, I would watch it. And then season 2 was also really good. Then the third season was kinda mediocre. I mean, it did have some good moments, but it just did not feel the same as the first two seasons. It was okay. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time with it. But it was not as good. And to be honest, I don't know if it could beat that first season. That first kind of magical feeling, because it was technically the first full-length live-action show, and it just won't be as good. But the rest of the show was great. I'll put it in A. Now, Book of Boba Fett, on the other hand, I was thoroughly disappointed with. Now, I was really looking forward to the show because Boba Fett used to be my most favorite character, but it just did not live up to the original Boba Fett. The original Boba Fett was awesome. This guy just didn't feel like Boba Fett. And I get that he's like changed or whatever, but it still just did not hit for me. And really, this whole show just felt like the third season of Mandalorian. I'm not comparing it to Mandalorian season 3. I'm saying that this whole show is the third season. And then Mandalorian season 3 would have been season 4. Like, one of the episodes doesn't even have Boba Fett in it. And there's just too much focus on Din Djarin and Luke and Grogu, and it just did not live up to what my expectations were for a Boba Fett show. So, B for Boba Fett. Okay. Andor. Okay, for Andor, I have a confession to make. I have not finished it yet. But from what I've seen of it, it is really good. And it has so much praise. So, I do plan on finishing it at some point. But a lot of people say it's good. From what I've seen, it was good. So I'm going to put it in A tier. And maybe it'll change. I don't know. So this is going to be a very controversial opinion. I know lots of people hate this movie. And I understand why. However, B tier movie. I have an enjoyable time with it. I think it's underrated. I know that's a very controversial opinion. And I know that lots of people don't agree with me. But like, I enjoyed it. Okay, now it makes it seem like I like A New Hope the same, so let me fix this real quick, hold on. There we go, that's better. Okay, Rogue One. I'm just gonna say one thing about it. If you don't like Rogue One, then you're stupid. Like, this is an S tier movie, I don't care. This movie's great, it adds so much to the rebellion and to the creation of the Death Star and everything, like, dude, it's art. Okay, Ahsoka. Another great show. What they did with all the Rebels characters was absolutely great. I love what they did with Thrawn. I love what they did with Ezra. Sabine was okay. They freaking brought back Huyang, which was in like 2 episodes of the Clone Wars. Shin Hati and Baylan Skoll were so cool. The entirety of the live-action Clone Wars scenes, when Captain Rex was there, I lost my mind. When Chopper was there, I lost my mind. Yeah, it could be considered a lot of fan service, but it's the good kind. It didn't feel forced, it just felt like a continuation of the story, and I loved it. That is an A tier show right there. Okay, this show gets hate. I get it. Reva can be annoying. But A tier. I don't care. I love this show. Alright, now we're starting to get into the very mediocre category. The Force Awakens. As a standalone film, it's pretty okay. Putting it in D tier. The Last Jedi. Need I say more? The Rise of Crapwalker. Need I say more? Okay, so here's my ranking of every piece of canon Star Wars media. That's in show or movie form. Wait, that's canon? You sure? Okay, we're missing something. Give me a second. Hey, remember this show? No, you don't. Don't lie to yourself. Apparently this is canon, and I did not know that. So here, give me a second. Let me make a special section for it. Alright, so there's the final ranking. These opinions are finalized and will not be changing anytime soon. So yeah, I actually had a lot of fun making this, and it was just a treat to be able to actually sit down and rank all these movies, because I've never done it before. I guess, like, sub, do whatever, I don't care. Just as long as I get views. Ha ha ha. Okay, I'm leaving now. I don't know how to do an outro, so bye, I guess. Yeah, that works.